Hello, my name is Kevin Hickson. I'm your host of this Arizona State Sun Devils Insider podcast. Welcome into another edition of the podcast. Um, I'm joining in with you on Sunday night at about 9:30 p.m. Big day for Arizona State athletics. Obviously, the men's basketball coaching search continues to rage on. We are now a few days into that process after Bobby Hurley was notified that his contract would not be renewed on last Wednesday, and there are several strong candidates. We will keep you posted throughout the process there. As for the um, other Arizona State happenings, baseball took down number 17 TCU the last two games of the series on Saturday and Sunday to take the series. It looks like they are back on the upswing after struggling against some SEC teams a couple of weeks ago. The football program is gearing up for a spring ball to take place shortly. And the biggest story of the day is the women's basketball program. What a job Molly Miller has done this year. I've talked about this quite a bit during the course of the season, even in the preseason. Arizona State women's basketball is a proud program. It might not be as established as a program like Arizona State baseball or football, but they really came alive during the Charlie Turner Thorne era. They became one of the better programs in the Pac-12, uh, really outside of Stanford, UCLA, and maybe another team or two a year. Um, They fell on tough times in the 2020s decade. I believe they won just 55 games in the first five seasons of the decade. Natasha Adair was relieved of her duties after three seasons in the role. Molly Miller was the obvious replacement, the GCU former GCU head coach, certified program builder at two different stops before Arizona State, and now at the Power Five level, Miller continues to excel. Um, it was a little bit of a wait for the Sun Devils. They were the last matchup that was announced during the tournament selection show as a 10 seed against the Virginia Cavaliers to play in the first four to see who will get to play number 7 seed Georgia Bulldogs in the next round. Like I said, it was a bit of a wait for them to find out their tournament fate, but ultimately I feel as if they had done plenty to get in. I was even arguing that they shouldn't be in the first four, but at the end of the day, when you lose games like Cincinnati, that will hurt you a little bit, and I think that's what hurt them here. Um, the non-conference schedule certainly didn't really aid their case either. They did beat Gonzaga and Oregon State, who played each other in the WCC championship game last week or a couple weeks ago. So I guess that was okay. But outside of that, they didn't play too many teams that posed a challenge in the non-conference. But in conference play, they took down Colorado, they took down Utah twice, they took down Oklahoma State, they took down Iowa State in the Big 12 tournament. They competed with West Virginia both times they played them. They almost took down uh, Texas Tech in the last game of the regular season. They were right there with some of the very best. They almost took down Baylor. They were right there with a lot of the best of the Big 12, and they would have been the first team to ever win 24 games from a Power Five conference that got left out of the tournament. So, yeah, that really goes to show what they were going against, and they end up getting the spot. Um, they will play Virginia on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Um, Broadcast on ESPN2. It's in Iowa City, Iowa, because they are in the sub-region of the Iowa Hawkeyes. who are the 2 seed. And if they manage to win the first 2 games on Thursday and Saturday, that will set them up with a date against Iowa to get the chance to go to Sacramento for the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. Um, I'll talk about what I think their ceiling is shortly, but until then, I just want to give credit to everybody on the roster that got the job done to get to the tournament for the first time since 2019. So obviously, Gabby Elliott and McKenna Brackens were the stars on the team this season. Uh, all Big 12 third team selections. Gabby Elliott crossed the 1,000 point career threshold, was their leading scorer all season long. Really the catalyst that got the offense going in the majority of their key victories. And just a great leader, great interview. And I'm glad that Elliott spent her last season in Tempe. Brackens really, I've been set talking about potentially being the breakout star of the team this season for some time, and that came true. Absolutely. Around 15 points and 6 rebounds a game. And as a junior, Brackens can only go up from here. I think there's real potential for an even bigger step forward next season. But until then, Brackens is going to look to be a game changer against a Virginia team that is a little different than some teams that they played this season. As for the role players, Last Terpoa, Marley Washington, Eloisa Carrera, um, Jaya Lovett, Martina Fantini, they have all played an integral role in this season as well. Although there hasn't always been that reliable third scorer like we had hoped, each of those players does play an integral role in the operations of the team, and the defense wouldn't be as strong collectively as it is without each and every one of those pieces of the puzzle contributing. So I'm just glad that I got to cover this team in the 2025-2026 season. Uh, as far as talking about the ultimate ceiling of this team, I'm not too sure if they will go any farther than the round of 32. I mean, theoretically, they could beat Iowa. I believe they have that grittiness and the coaching and a bunch of the intangibles that you need. But do they have the shot making? Would they be able to get a stop against an offense that operates more efficiently than theirs in Iowa? I'm not sure. I kind of think that they will take down Virginia, and then the Georgia game's a toss-up. I will lean Arizona State though. And then when you get to the round of 32, I think that that's probably where their season comes to a close. I think that's their ceiling. I mean, the floor is losing to Virginia in the first four. I don't know if they will. Even if they do, you can't question the success of the season. It was a successful season. There's no way around it. And Molly Miller's really building something special in Tempe. And that's really all I have for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning into another edition of the Sun Devils Insider Podcast. Once again, my name is Kevin Hickson. I'm your lead beat writer for the Sun Devils on SI, and I will see you with another episode tomorrow. Thank you so much.